beautiful sunny afternoon, and we are underway in Foxborough. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Again, it's Stevenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Off the play fake. Here's May. Rolling to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To the air, May. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. To throw, it's May. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On play action, May. They'll roll him out right. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Gibson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Ramondre Stevenson. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. It's caught. And it's 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield to make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 41 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now here's Mahomes. And this pass caught by Gray. And it's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now 2nd and 3. Mahomes to throw once more. That is caught by Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have cut the lead back down to 2.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. Steps away. And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but hey, they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match? Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Pats at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this complete to Butte.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he's got room. The 20, 10. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They'll run with Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Antonio Gibson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Patriots have taken the lead. So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll be stopped shy of the goal line here. So the lead will remain at 6 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means he'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Mahomes to throw. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juwan Bentley. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. Down to about the 45. Now a 2nd and 6. Play action. May. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Patriots come up empty on fourth down, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Keon White, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Patrick going to change the play. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco once again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Running left again to Pacheco. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him.
That one out wide and intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. Now inside the 25. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Here's May. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing here is May. Forced out to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll boost their lead to 9. It's 17-8. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And shutting him off. Now open field. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. That is caught. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Patriots force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.